This video is the spiritual, energetic perspective of souls that are born through IVF. So if you're not into spiritual woo-woo stuff, this video probably won't be for you. But if you are open to it and you are interested in it, then continue watching. There's this theory in the spiritual community that souls that are born through IVF, it's all planned in the spirit realms first. Okay. Some souls have to be born through IVF. That's why sometimes people go years, they can't do it in a natural way, and then they go through IVF and then it works. The soul that you are bringing into this world had to be born through the IVF process in the physical realm, because when an egg is fertilized in the normal way, in the regular way, okay, there is, once that egg is fertilized, there is a blast of emotion that is that comes towards that egg, okay, from the mother side and the father side, the father line and the mother line. There is a rush of emotions, okay, that is programmed into that egg. Now, that if the soul has had a human earthly experience before, so it's the idea of reincarnation, you do it many, many, many times, that soul is well used to that feeling of that emotion. Okay, so what I'm trying to get at is these physical human bodies are very rare in the universe because of the way we feel emotion. The feedback of our outside world comes through us in a feedback emotion response. But think about how that some emotions feel. Say like the more heavy, dense emotions like anger or fear. How heavy do they feel? We know how heavy they feel in the body. Say anger, how it rises up like a fire in you, how it makes you curl your fists and, that's a very, very heavy, strong emotion to feel. If there is a soul incarnating into a human experience that has never experienced the human form before, that'd be too much for them. So when that rush of emotion from both parents comes towards that egg and downloads the data of those emotions into that egg, if that soul hasn't experienced a human experience before, that's going to be too much for that soul. So the idea is this soul might have had other experiences in other parts of the universe that didn't call for the heavy, dense body like we have in the earthly realm. So those souls may be coming in with a particular mission from other multiverse, other universe, where they haven't had to necessarily have a dense physical body like this one. So they might say, I'd like to incarnate into the earthly realm just to do a certain mission, or just to bring in or anchor in a certain frequency. But I'm just going to do it once or twice. I don't want to get caught up in the human karma. But if it hasn't experienced that strong emotion before, the egg being fertilized in the regular way would be too much for that soul. It'd be like, it'd be blasted with too much, like, wow, what is this? They've never experienced that before because they haven't had a human experience before if they've had other lives. So I did say this was a bit spiritual woo-woo. So if you're still watching this video this far in, great, okay. So if you've had a child through IVF, it could be because in spirit that was decided before it was born that it had to be IVF, because the way the process, I'm not any type of scientist, I can't say specifically, but the way in which that process is done wouldn't have the same strong rush of emotion. It wouldn't be as strong. So that soul is able to come in that way instead, because it wouldn't be absolutely ploughed with all these emotions it never felt before. Okay, so your child, if they are IVF, that soul likely would have been choosing that way to come into the physical world so that it wasn't ploughed with too much of that strong emotion before it even started. I hope that makes sense, guys. It might be coming in with a specific mission, bringing in different energy that we haven't experienced here on the planet before. It might have never been human. It might have had other living experiences, but not as a human, because we experience emotions quite differently to anywhere else in the universe. And yes, that soul, when it comes into the earthly experience, yes, it will feel emotions, but if it gets blasted with it straight away, it might be a bit much because it's heavy, it's dense, and they might not be used to it.